Today we're doing a full review of a brand called Jeroboam, possibly. This isn't mine, it's my sister's. We went to Manchester to smell some perfumes the other weekend, and I found this one, and I got my sister to smell it because I thought this was the best one from this brand, and I thought it was quite nice, and she liked it that much that she bought it for herself. I have borrowed it to do a review, so this is how it comes. Nice box, lovely presentation, sat in a kind of a bed of foam. The bottle is a 30ml. It is coloured on the inside, kind of dark black coloured on the inside. It's a nice bottle. I like it. The sprayer atomizer is very good, very nice. What I get from this? Vanilla. It's a huge vanilla fragrance. I like vanilla. I'm quite partial to vanilla. You get a lot of rich vanilla in this. When I first smelled it, I thought, oh, I wonder if there's some kind of coffee note or something a little bit dark to it. There's some kind of darkness in addition to the coffee. The note list is ridiculously simple. They only list 3 notes. They list vanilla, jasmine, and musk. So no dark notes, so to speak. But I get something kind of toasted, almost a little bit coffee-like there's some kind of dark, smoky, slightly almost spiced. There's just something in the opening that I can't quite pinpoint where my mind kind of drifted towards coffee, but there isn't any coffee in there apparently. But you get this dark kind of vanilla, and for vanilla lovers, the opening you might enjoy this. It is there's definitely a good dose of vanillin in here, but it's nice. I would say if you already own a very heavy vanilla based fragrance, this might be redundant because it literally kind of just gives you vanilla without a whole lot else really. I don't get the jasmine on my skin. I don't know whether it plays into a slightly more creamy texture maybe without smelling floral. I don't get any kind of indolic vibe from it. I don't get an obvious white floral on my skin whatsoever, but I guess possibly it's producing something that makes it a little bit more creamy as it dries down. That's the only way that I can kind of maybe sense it in this on my skin chemistry personally. There is a slight muskiness to it. It kind of gets more, I would say, musky or musty as it dries down into the base of the fragrance. It doesn't really change much. You lose that kind of dark, kind of interesting opening that kind of it grabbed me first of all. It was kind of almost slightly boozy vanilla in a way, almost like in the very opening top notes. I got something, like I say, that coffee, aromatic, a little bit spicy, a little bit boozy. There's just something interesting in the top notes that I quite liked. As it dries down, that you lose a little bit of that interest, and it goes into more of a what you would think of as like vanillin mixed with musk. So quite simple, kind of linear, and it kind of fades out like that into this kind of musky vanilla tone, a little bit creamy. Like I say, possibly the jasmine's helping with that kind of creaminess. In general, I like it. I mean, if you like vanilla, you'll probably like it. If you're not into more, maybe on the synthetic side of vanillas, then this possibly might not do it for you. It's, like I say, you get more of that kind of vanillin mixed with musks as it dries down. In terms of performance for this, after about three or 4 hours, it got kind of like a skin sense where it's just like a soft, you have to kind of be like right up close to smell it, but it's been on my skin for 10 hours and I could still faintly smell it as a musky, sweet, vanillic skin scent essentially. But after about 3 or 4 hours, it is definitely a skin scent on me. Sits close, the projection sillage feels closer to the body. You'd have to be, up close to someone to get a waft of this, unless it's kind of a breeze around you, I guess. So a little bit closer to the skin, completely unisex, cold weather winter fragrance. It's cozy, comforting, cuddly, warm, all of those things that you would expect from a warm vanilla fragrance. The only thing, like I say, is if you already own a very vanilla forward fragrance, then probably you don't need this. if you don't, maybe have a sniff of it. We found it in Selfridges. It was £100 for a 30ml. You might be able to find it a little bit cheaper online. But yeah, that's basically the full review. It's very simple to describe. You get a lovely kind of hit of vanilla in the opening, basically, with something that might remind you of coffee, or a little bit boozy, a little bit kind of in those kind of directions, and then going into more of a generalized kind of musky, sweet vanilla fragrance. That isn't particularly unique, to be honest. It's not groundbreaking, but it's nice if you like vanilla, and that's it. That's all I can really say. The trouble with vanilla fragrances is there's so many of them to pick from. This one, I like the top notes more than it kind of dries down, although the whole thing smells nice, because in general I like vanilla even when it's vanillin, so to speak. I like vanillin, I like real vanilla, I like, you know, anything vanilla-y, so for me, I like it. But like I say, I can think of loads of vanilla fragrances that are excellent, that are comparable in terms of price, or maybe a little bit more affordable. So yeah, it depends, like I say, whether or not you already own a vanilla forward fragrance as to whether you might go for that one or not. And I will see you soon with another video. Take care everyone, be safe, bye.
One time he disappeared for 2 or 3 days. When he came back, they asked him where he'd been, and he said, "Oh, just sailing."